What up, people? It's your boy Master Trudy out here with another comic review. So, I have been on a short hiatus, been busy with work and everything like that. I've got quite the backlog to go through, and I want to tell you, I'm going to try my best to get through it. But until then, this is new comic book day for DC, and I thought I'd get one in before the night is over. So, we have Punchline. And this is after the Joker War, and as I've mentioned, I really like Punchline's introduction. I liked her as a character, and I thought that DC really hit gold with a new character. And I think this it's technically not a one shot, as we will see at the end, but it is this one shot really solidifies it. So we get into basically, let's move on. We get into a story. Years ago, college student, she went in ahead, or she's a high school student, I think. At this time, they're seniors. And, the Joker's here. The usual captures the guy, kills the professor, has all these hostages. And she's like saying, the Joker, I never sought out the Joker. I just saw him. And he's like, this looks like you're the only one who's going to bring my message to Gotham. He's like, don't F it up. All right, girlie, smile for the camera. And we're ready in three, two, one. We just see action. And he's like, he found me. I said, I said, it's like I said, I never sought him out. So we got this is written by James Tinian. The fourth at Sam Johns, of course, the artist by Mirka Adolfo, which, I tend to like from time to time. And so here the Batman basically takes him down. It's a tragic story, but we see that she's in court. And it's pretty much the judge saying that you understand that you're trying to determine whether you're fit to stand trial. And Punchline is saying, yes, I do, and I am. And it's like, the judge is like, look, the Joker, the Gotham has capital punishment, and the Joker might have had Arkham to go to, but you won't if you prove to be competent. And Punchline is like, yeah, I'm aware. And she's like, what makes you so eager to gamble with it? And Punchline is stressing because I'm innocent. And then we see Harper Row, which this is my first time seeing her in any comic because I haven't really gone back. And everybody's like, shocked that she would even Punchline. He would even say she's innocent. So they bring in Leslie Tompkins and go to say, what makes you think that Miss K is of sound body and mind? She just said, in my brief session with her, I found her to be a deeply complex girl. I think it's likely she lived with undiagnosed personality disorder for most of her life, only further complicated by PTSD from trauma stuff. And you just see, will Alexis K be able to provide a full, reliable testimony? And she said, professionally, in my opinion, yeah. So it's interesting that we have Harper Row with Leslie Tompkins. It's an interesting duo. It's like, what do you make of the show in there? I don't know Harper, but she's up to something. Do you think it's serious? Another attack on Gotham? I don't think we need to light up a signal just yet, but maybe it's best if we keep a bat on retainer for now. So she's heading out of prison. She goes to the prison transfer, and of course, she got her peoples in on the inside, and she's like saying it's time to go live. And this is where we see at the end of the Joker War, in the epilogue, where she says that, I didn't do this. The Joker forced me. I wanted to believe in a symbol. I didn't kill anyone, but I didn't stop it either. I was told not to do this, but after hurting the city, I think I bear some responsibility, and I'm sorry. So we see Harper's brother listening to it, Cullen, Thoreau, and you just see her like, yeah, I don't want you listening to it. And her brother asks, do you think she's through? She's like, who's that Punchline? Do you really think she's sorry? And she's like, I don't know that it matters right now, honestly. She did bad things, whether she feels guilty about it or not. She needs to be held responsible. But you saw her in court, right? How did she seem? It's like, I don't know. Something was definitely off. It's like, okay, but what did she do exactly that was off? It's like, I don't know, Colin. Nothing, I guess. Something just wasn't right about her whole spiel. It's like, but what did she do? Don't you have like secret bad intel you can give me? It's like, I'm sorry, I don't have time to unpack this right now. I'm here to brush my teeth before I start the night shift. Do you have any plans for the night? It's like, oh yeah, totally. You just see, it's like every night's been a blast when you can't leave your apartment because someone dressed in a Halloween store clearance rack might decide it's a good time to burn down the city. So the Joker rule. And you just see pizza rolls and video games, and so he goes in, takes his pizza roll, starts gaming, and then he's gaming and he's gaming. Then he gets a he's like, this is to say, hey, don't let these Sims get to you. Uh, let me even read this thing. oh my gosh, well, it's gaming lingo, and he's starting to get information from this guy named Bluff, and he gives him access to basically this podcast that Alicia K, aka Punchline, is doing. So, episode one, the Reservoir, she basically gives a very good, you know, this is something that I recommend you read yourself, so I'm going to go through it. But she's basically going to all the major points of where Joker really had his major battles and his major events. The Reservoir where he fought, where this is where maybe Harley Quinn saw him. I definitely see the Harleen-esque thing right here. We have Arkham Asylum. We all know his history there. We have the Laughing Fish, and she's just trying to dissect. And meanwhile, Cullen is just listening to the whole podcast, slowly getting I don't want to say radicalized, but he's getting influenced by Alicia Kay on her journey to find what the Joker is all about. And she's at the Joker house, and he's still listening, tracking on the Joker. You can help by donating to, and she's also even asking for donations. And Harper Row is not having any, is not having it with Cullen's new interest in Punchline, which I think is very good. So it's like I don't think it's healthy that you dedicate that much brain space to a bad person. It's like I just find it interesting. Do you think I'm a bad person for thinking it's interesting? It's like that's not what I said. No, you said I spent an unhealthy amount of time thinking about a bad person. You're one to judge. It's like what's that supposed to be? Let me ask you a question. What has she done that's so bad? It's like I think you know. No, tell me exactly what she did. And we get things about people who like to take the counter positives. Who like to offer to be contrarians at times. But here we see that he actually means it, and I can understand this point of view. So and he's like, because I've been listening to her story, and it sounds like to me she's actually didn't do anything. It's not like I'm defending the Joker. He's bad, obviously. No one is saying he isn't, but she's not the Joker. So tell me what did she do? It's like, do you honestly think she's a good person? Do you think a good person just hangs back and watches someone slaughter innocent people? Oh, she's bad because she hangs out with a murderer? It's like that shouldn't stop you from hanging out with Cass Kane after you learned she killed our mother. Oh. Say, Cullen, we've been through this. She was brainwashed, and you have to read Batman and Robin Eternal, so maybe that's how I have to do it. So it's like, no, I don't want to hear it from you. You think just because you know Batman, you're always right. But guess what? Batman could have stopped this a long time ago if he really wanted to. Gotham sucks. It's effed up out there, and Batman hasn't done to stop it. And you're willing to ruin someone's life to pay for a crime she didn't commit simply because she's a victim of someone who Batman could have stopped 100 times by now, but didn't? That's seriously messed up. It's like your only way you're allowed to try and make Gotham a better place is if you name yourself after a stupid bird. Oh, that's harsh. But hey, he's coming up with points. So calm down. We're going to talk this out. Like saying, no, I don't want to talk anything out with you. Maybe instead of making me meet you in the middle, you just need to hear me out for once, or not. I don't care. Good night. So it's like, hello. I'm sorry, Leslie. It's not a good time. No, it isn't. Look. I'll be brief. The trial starts tomorrow, and I guess is that things are going to be rocky. If you need me to come with you to the courthouse again, I'm happy to support. It's like, no, I won't need Harper tomorrow, but Gotham might need Bluebird, which is her alias. So Leslie Tompkins, then, it's a very good story. So this guy named Bluff, he's telling her that, hey man, we're gonna let me know when you finish the last episode, and want to know if you want to meet up at Gotham. She says, yeah, sounds good, man. Meet me at the Robinson Square tomorrow. So they're going to the place where Punchline is, going to, basically have something. So he's still listening to the podcast, and we see that she's saying that I was a victim of the Joker, which is why I hope you'll be understanding enough to forgive me for dragging you along. I know I'm not alone in feeling this. I couldn't accept the attack that day at the news station was random. I knew there had to be a meaning in it, even if I needed to find that meaning myself. Part of it was wanting to believe that I was chosen, that he wanted me to see his message. He wanted me to say it out loud, but I knew that it was silly. I wasn't chosen. I wasn't more important than others. I was just another Gothamite, another victim, someone sitting in the back row listening to us act like the rest of us, which led me to my final realization. You can't overanalyze a joke that's still being told without stripping out the humor. And all of this has just been a setup. Everything he's done in Gotham all these years, every twisted, depraved move has been in service of a grander vision. But you won't get it till you hear the punchline. So you've got people, a good punchline elevates the component of a joke. It catches you off guard. So you got people delivering laughing gas poison. And she's going ahead still carrying out the Joker's vision, but in a different way. It's like, and she's like saying that, hey, I'm going to be the final piece to the joke that the Joker will finally tell. I want to know what's so funny. I was never going to find the Joker. For all my obsessing, I could never recreate what brought us together the first time. And this man chokes, timing. And it's not working. And she just says, hey, you're supposed to be laughing. And we see, I think this might have been before, but this is a very obviously interesting picture of what was Harley and the Joker is now Harley and Punchline. It's like saying, I can help you make it better. It's like, no. It's like, maybe it's foolish of me, but I know deep in my heart that I could do what so many others failed to do, what he failed to do. I can make people finally hear the joke. And, that's, I guess, what Joker was expecting, that she will carry out my vision. So they're at the courthouse, and you have, we love you punchline. She's got all of her fans. She has her own following. Like the Joker said, she's good. It's like, hey, Roro, it's me, Bluffs. And so he meets this dude, which is Bluffs. It's like, put on the clown mask. It's like, Dr. Tompkins, I'm sorry. I think this is as close as we're going to get. It's like, Bluebird, do you see clearing? Oh, I'm sorry. No birds or bats here. Alexis, I'm not sure we should be talking like this. It's like, six, not while the trial's ongoing, sake. And she's calling her. It's like, but I know. I wanted to thank you. If you hadn't said I was mentally fit, they would have put me in Arkham. None of this would have been possible. People tend to stop listening when they think you're crazy. Well, you don't need to worry about them listening now. My assistant showed me your old podcast account. You've got more than 1 million subscribers now. I hope you're one of them. I hope you listened. It's like, I listened to the story of a young girl becoming enamored with a very dangerous man and a very dangerous way of thinking. And I'm afraid what that thinking might do left unchecked. It's like, well, I guess we'll just have to find out, won't we? It's like, Alexis, the city has witnesses, people who can place you committing the crimes you claim you didn't participate in. I don't know about that. And we can see that and we can see that she's basically had her people eliminate and kill all the witnesses off. Nobody knows she has people. It's like, I think when they hear what I have to say, they'll change. They'll have a change of heart. I think some might even decide they don't want to say anything at all. And she's like, why are you saying all this, Alexis? There was something I didn't express in my podcast. It was part of my big realization. Joker wasted so much time trying to make a single heckler laugh that he forgot about the rest of the audience. And I don't just read Gotham. Do you know my little show has been played on every continent? Who knew there were people out? Who knew there were that many people in Antarctica? It's like people from all walks of life in every corner of the city. It's like in the police, in the city hall, in every law firm, in every dive. And I'm finding more of them every day. It's one thing to get one person to laugh, it's something else when you get an entire city. That's how real change happens. People thought our little Joker war was the end of the story, but it was just the beginning. It's the next part that's really going to shake things up. And Leslie's like, this won't work. Look around you, Dr. Tompkins. It already works. They're going to see who you really are. Yeah, that's the idea. He chose me to send his message, Leslie. I'm just getting started. And we can see she's crying tears of joy. She's so happy. She's already in her punchline costume. And everybody's rejoicing at this image. It's like free punchline. It's like, thank you, thank you. I don't know what to say, just thank you. And we can see that Leslie is rightfully angry of being played. Cullen is getting influenced. And we see that, this guy's trying to take him away. And we see that Harper Rose sees it. And this is to be continued in 2021. So where do I want to stop? Yeah, I'll stop it here. I thought this is a nice way to place it. I really enjoyed this. Really enjoyed this issue. It's great. It's fantastic. This is definitely a 10 out of 10. This further solidifies my liking of Punchline a lot. But not only just Punchline, you get good character development from Harper Row, from her brother Cullen, and even Leslie Tompkins. It's a good all-around story. which is the way it goes. But till then, I'll just end it briefly right here, and I hope to get through my backlog. So thank y'all for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and hit the notifications, and make sure you're notified. Once again, I do these reviews for you, the people, because I want to discuss good comics and get your views on them. Thank y'all for watching, and once again, I'm going to try to get to this backlog as best as I can. Peace.